Yo, what's up, everybody? Gotta get this in before March is too far behind us. March Madness games of the month results. So, you know how it is. March happened and games were played. So, I talked about it in the last video, but gotta have that Mortal Kombat. Been playing a lot more. Looking up some old Johnny Cage combo videos from 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Just seeing how, like, all right, cool, I kind of remember how to do those combos. Getting some local fights in, so that's really exciting. It's really fun to have someone, like, sitting right there, just on a fight stick fighting against you, so it's exciting. So I've been playing a lot of this as when, got friends over, want to scrap it up. Some Friday night fisticuffs, some Saturday night scraps. So Mortal Kombat, talked about it last time, bought the game 3 times. The first, when it first came out, one for the PS3 that was all nasty and gross, and then this one, which was a pristine factory sealed complete edition, because I knew a guy who worked at GameStop. Great times, great memories, great game. Highly recommend it. Pick it up, use a fight stick, good times. The next game I want to talk about, these 2 games I beat back to back, and they consumed most of March. First and foremost, the one I played a majority of March, mainly. And I told you this was the Helldivers for the PS1, because it's rough. It's squad combat, so you get to control multiple members of your team. Get to see the thing here. Control multiple members on a team, and you take turns kind of moving back and making progress, taking out enemies, and then so yeah, you have actual characters. They were doing operators long before it was cool. Each one has their own specialist abilities. You pick and choose who you want to take out with, like, there are requirements for battle, and you got to have certain things. You need a explosive specialist, you need a sniper for this mission, but then everybody else is kind of dual specialized, so you can really pick and choose the strategies that you're going to use for that mission, and there is a wrong way to play it. So I really like that there is a wrong way to play these games. This game is tough, as the usual says, the combat, real combat plastic men. It's a good time. It was fun. It was a unique experience. It was 16 levels. There were some levels that I was able to one-shot them, no issue. And there's other levels that took me days and days and days, to the point where, like, all right, well, I can't do this. Like, I can't figure this out. Have to look at the, have to bust out the old school guides. So really fun, really good experience. I'm trying to beat the Army Man games, Army Man collections. I have like 6 of them, but I think there's like 13 games that came out. So I'm chopping them down. I did the air combats. Here's Team Assault. I think this is the 4th game in the World War series. So the first one I need to beat, and I've been trying to beat, is Army Man 3D, which you might see next month. So it's Team Assault, Helldivers on the PS1, essentially. You get to run around, shoot. There's tanks, boats, planes. You get to fly on a bomber. It was pretty sick. That was a pretty fun mission. You're controlling the ball turrets on a bomber, taking down fighters, and you have to shoot at the ground targets. Tanks, they put you in the tank in the mountains, and it was rough. Submarines, you get to control submarines. You're bobbing and weaving and having to fight other submarines and run away from depth charges. What else do you get to do? No helicopters. Submarine flights. Yeah, rail ride. Is there? You're on a train. Yeah, you have to protect a train. That was a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of just interesting, fun fighting situations in this game. I really enjoyed it. Really fun game. Very frustrating. I'm not saying that it wasn't tough and that I wasn't getting mad in certain situations where it's just like, how am I expected to do this? I'm thinking of like the maze level. If you play it, you'll figure it out. But there's snipers on everywhere, and you have to navigate through a maze, like a hedge maze. And they are well prepared and waiting for you to infiltrate. So it's just, and snipers are hit scan, so it's just like they're going to hit you, they're going to look at you, and they're going to hit you immediately, and you kind of have to have a sniper battle with them. So it's bad, it's rough, and that's when you kind of use the cooperative, gameplay mechanic, where you have one draw the sniper's attention over here, you start firing at him, or you have him pull aggro, and then the sniper, when it's a sniper, you switch over and you have the sniper take a shot. So it was really fun. Like I said, I really enjoyed playing it. Had its moments, but 9 out of 10. The only 10 is that, like, the first level is so dark and it's so hard to see, and you essentially have to memorize the map, or play on an old school TV. Other than that, I knew once I beat that first level, the rest of the game was going to be, more enjoyable, but damn, that first level. All right, enough about Team Assault. Great game. I beat it, on Good Friday. So I beat it a couple nights ago. Great game. And then following that up, the very next day, and then he waddled away. The very next day, I beat Pikmin. Now, this is a childhood wish game. I was wanting to play this game growing up. I remember playing it, and I remember seeing it at Best Buy on the store sample, the demo station on a GameCube, and I was like, oh, this game is really weird, and like, I like the colors. I'm putting it away. I like the colors. I was, I don't know, what, 10, 11, 12. I don't remember how old was I when this game came out? There's no 2001. Oh yeah, so I was like nothing. That was nothing. But anyways, real cool colors. I really liked the enemy design. I wanted to be a Nintendo baby, but we just weren't. So we were always PlayStation. So I wanted to play it. We didn't have a GameCube. It's tough seeing Pikmin 2 and stuff like that coming out, and just like, man, I really wanted to play that game. Well, picked it up, finally started collecting, make those decisions, scoop this up. Kind of expensive. It was pretty much the same price as it would have been if I bought it at that Best Buy at that time. But I beat it on Saturday, the day after beating Team Assault, and I really enjoyed it. It was a fun game. I was able to find 29 out of 30 pieces. If you played Pikmin, you'll know. But I may want to go back and just play it again. I was able to get off world, so Olimar survived, which was nice. So it was just, I just wanted to experience that last level. I didn't realize that there was going to be a last level. I have an earlier save at like day 19, and knowing what I know now, because again, this is a habit you have to break if you're going to be playing old games. Oh damn, I don't even have one. All the information is going to be in the manual. Everything that you're going to need is going to be in the manual here. Like, they're going to tell you which buttons, what special skills, communications, use communication devices and decipher codes, mechanic, repair vehicles and heavy equipment. Like, they're going to tell you what you need to know, because when you're in game, they're not going to tell you crap. There may be a training level, there may be like a basic training level, but as far as like the basics, as far as like tank controls, they're not going to tell you need to move, you need to press both left L1 and R1 at the same time to move forward. They're not going to tell you anything. They're just going to say, hey, get over there. Same thing with the submarine. They don't really tell you much. So it's just like, if it's a habit, if you're going to play older games, to read the manual, to have it next to you, to have the game next to you if necessary. After the first couple of times, like, you remember how to pilot the tank or whatever. You remember, but it's still necessary to have this, because in Pikmin, it doesn't tell you, hey, the yellow ones fly further. Or it might, but I just didn't see that prompt or I didn't set that prompt off. But Like, it doesn't say, hey, in game, hey, you should throw the yellow ones. If you can't reach it with regular ones, try the yellow ones. They go further. It doesn't say that. It also doesn't say, oh, it didn't say it at first, but that the red Pikmin are fire resistant. They're basically fireproof. So those two things, for me, on my gameplay, like, decimated entire days. They ate up entire days because I couldn't figure out certain puzzles because I didn't understand. Like, okay, well, you can just grab 20 yellows and send them up there because they're gonna fly and they'll reach it for you. And then while you're doing that, go over here and do this. So there's basically a lot of sessions where I could have gotten multiple pieces in one go, having the proper information. So going back, I could probably go to day 19, which is kind of that make or break moment for a lot of my gameplays, and actually get to that final area, because the final area is supposed to be really tough. But this game is different than these two games. That's for sure. It's incredibly different from these two games, because while these two games are incredibly direct and you're like on it, this is a slower paced game. It's puzzles, it's resource management, it's farming, it's like, it's just adventure. So it's not, there is combat, but you well, I kind of whooped up some smaller enemies with Olimar by himself, but you're controlling the Pikmin. The Pikmin do everything, so you're calling everything, you're controlling their movements and stuff. So it's very different. So it took me a little bit to get used to that aspect of it too. But those are the games for March. I hope you enjoyed hearing my rambles. I hope when you watch these videos, you're like, man, I want to try these games. I want to actually play them. I try to keep a unique blend of games that I play, just to have a palate cleanser from one to the other, and it's not really the same. Different experiences. You know, I like to use the fight stick, so it helps. But these games are worth a try. These games are worth a play. They're standalone. You don't need to know anything. I said this is the 4th game in the series. It doesn't make any bit of difference. It doesn't. There's nothing. It doesn't matter. They're just battles. And then Pikmin, it tells you it's the first game. It might be tough to find, but it's, if I think the remake came out on the Switch, play it. It's kind of peaceful. You find yourself kind of, I'll redo this day. I didn't do everything, didn't go perfectly. I'll redo the day. There's a special quality that's called that this game was created. I can't think of the name of it. I'll look it up. But of like handling things in a specific way, the most efficiently way possible. So it's very, East ideology. I don't know. It's it's a Nintendo game, so it's very different. And there you find yourself trying to solve the puzzle properly when possible. Okay. Until next time, guys. Buenas noches.